Welcome back. Now, during the commercial break, we've been talking about decluttering our drawers and closets and even our pantries, haven't we? Quite interesting conversation.
That's right. It was really fascinating because your drawers are packed.
Thank you. But what about our digital devices, I hear you cry?
What about our digital devices, Dickie? We use them every day.
We do.
And for their sake and ours,
twice a day.
we've got to get this stuff in order. Somebody help us.
Well, not so long ago, the term desktop clutter referred to this: disorganised papers, morning tea, leftover coffee cups. Well, these days, desktop clutter takes on a whole new meaning.
Desktop clutter's files and folders on your computer that are causing a mess, just like on the floor at home. Your computer can get clogged up, making it hard to find things and also making it hard to use your computer.
And experts warn that just like a messy home, a cluttered computer can cause heightened stress and anxiety.
Well, theoretically, if your computer's running fast, you won't have the slowness and frustration of your computer, and that's actually going to be good for your mental health.
All right, Trev, so this is my laptop, and I'll be honest, I don't often declutter it.
Oh, that's obvious. Giveaway signs are a lot of icons on your desktop. It says to me that there's no plan here. So you haven't got a plan of this is where I'm going to keep the apps I'm going to use, this is where I'm going to keep my photos, this is where I'm going to keep my files. Like, you've got a holiday photos folder. That's great, that's a good organisational thing, but you've also got a Hawaii folder and a Darwin folder. I'm tipping they are holidays, so they should all be in the holiday folder. So what I'm doing over here is I'm creating a simple plan: music, videos, invoices, holiday photos. It's just like an old filing cabinet. They're going, these are the files I've got, and I'm going to take all this paperwork and put it in there. When you open the computer and there's just a few icons and they're clearly labelled, you're organised. Welcome to your new desktop.
But having a neat desktop won't solve all your problems. We need to go deeper than that.
So what if your screen doesn't look too cluttered, but your computer is still running a little bit slow?
Oh, come on! The one thing we need to do is look at how much space is actually being used on the computer, because if there's not much space, the computer is not going to run well. So we'll come up here and we'll click on this PC. So this is going to tell us about this computer. And we can see straight away that you are in the red zone. You don't need to worry about gigabytes and megabytes. You just need to know how close to full am I. It's like the empty gauge on your fuel tank in the car. If it's close to E, you're in trouble. If that's red, you're in trouble.
To get out of the red, you have three options. The first is to delete any files you no longer need. For the files you want to keep, you can either transfer them to an external hard drive, or get acquainted with the cloud.
It's a crazy term we talk about, but Dropbox, Google, these services allow you to put your files not on your computer, but out on the cloud, which is just another computer accessible via the internet. So I've created here in your Dropbox a photos and an invoices folder. Now all we need to do is highlight all these invoices and drag and drop like you would moving from one place to another, and we drop those there, and they're now going to be uploaded to the internet. Once that's done, we can delete those invoices from your computer and you've freed up space.
And just like that, my computer is already running significantly faster.
That's life-changing. What is it that takes up the most amount of space in our computers?
We share and use and watch so many movies these days, both on our phones and from the internet. They take up space. If you've got movies you've bought, you own them regardless of whether you have the file. So before you retain stuff and use it as clutter, think about whether or not you can just re-download it yourself without paying again. Things like that will save you huge amounts of space.
Then, of course, there's those other digital devices we can't live without.
We turn these things on hundreds of times a day. We download so many apps, they're just full of clutter. You don't want to have to scroll through all these pages. So a simple tip, take apps that are like-minded. So in this example, Spotify and Nova. If we click and hold Spotify and then drag it on top of Nova, Apple is smart enough to not just create a folder, but call it music.
Wow.
And we can do the same thing with social media, so Facebook and Instagram. It'll call it social. Move apps together, create these folders, it'll declutter your phone in an instant.
I get a bit alarmed sometimes when they get all wobbly
No,
like
see,
that.
if my screens get full, I just need to buy a new phone. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, thanks, David.